It all started on a seemingly ordinary Tuesday afternoon. The sun was casting long shadows through the window, painting warm hues across my craft room. I was nestled in my craft room, a space that's become my sanctuary. It was surrounded by a chaotic yet comforting collection of fabric scraps, each piece holding a memory, a story, a potential project waiting to be born. There were vibrant cottons, soft linens, and textured wools, all vying for my attention. I'd always seen sewing as a way to make my home beautiful, a way to infuse my living space with unique, handcrafted touches. From cozy cushions to whimsical wall hangings, sewing allowed me to express my creativity and personalize my surroundings. It was more than just a hobby. It was a personal touch, a quiet escape from the everyday hustle and bustle. A moment of peace where the rhythmic hum of the sewing machine and the gentle glide of fabric under the needle created a meditative state. But that day, as I sorted through a pile of old linens, remnants from forgotten projects and vintage finds, a different thought sparked in my mind. I was organizing them, folding them neatly, when a memory surfaced. I remembered a story I'd read in the local newspaper about a nearby women's shelter. They were struggling to provide basic necessities for the women they served, women who were facing incredibly difficult circumstances. And among their most pressing needs, they were requesting simple, sturdy tote bags for the women to carry their belongings. Suddenly, those scraps of fabric, which I had previously viewed as just leftovers, remnants of past creations, weren't just that anymore. They transformed in my mind's eye. They were potential to provide comfort, dignity, and a little bit of practical help to women in need. I immediately sat down at my sewing machine, the familiar whirring sound filling the room as I began to stitch together sturdy, functional bags. I chose durable fabrics and reinforced the seams, knowing these bags would need to withstand daily use. As I worked, I began realizing this was more than just decorating a space, more than just creating something pretty for my home. This was about creating something useful for someone else. With each seam, I felt a shift in my perspective, a growing sense of purpose that extended beyond my own four walls. I realized that sewing could be a powerful way to help others, to contribute to my community, and not just a way to beautify my own life. The simple act of joining fabric pieces together transformed into an act of kindness, a tangible expression of empathy and support. Each bag became a message of support without words, a silent offering of comfort and care to someone going through a difficult time. That small project, born from a simple need and a pile of fabric scraps, opened my eyes to a whole new world of possibilities. It showed me that what we create with our hands can bring comfort, provide practical assistance, and connect us to our community in meaningful ways. It was a simple discovery, a small act of kindness, but it planted a seed of inspiration within me, a desire to do more. I began to see how a skill like sewing, something I had always enjoyed as a personal hobby, could be transformed into a powerful tool for positive change in the world. It's not just about fabric, thread, and needles. It's about stitching together people, connecting hearts, and weaving a tapestry of purpose that benefits the entire community. One careful seam at a time, I found a new way to make a difference. A way to use my passion to contribute to something larger than myself. Have you ever considered the power of a needle and thread, or the potential held within a ball of yarn? You might have heard the term craftivism. At its heart, it's simply using crafts like sewing, knitting, crocheting, or even embroidery to create change in the world around us. It's about taking traditional skills and repurposing them for a greater good, transforming hobbies into powerful tools for social commentary and positive action. It's a quiet revolution, a subtle yet impactful movement that's gaining momentum worldwide. It's a space where creativity becomes a voice for compassion and advocacy, where artistic expression meets social justice. Each stitch, each knot, each carefully chosen color becomes a statement, a call for empathy and a demand for a better world. And the best part? Anyone can join in. It's an incredibly accessible form of activism. You don't need a big platform or a massive following to make a difference. All you need is just a skill, even a basic one, and a genuine desire to help others and contribute to something meaningful. Craftivism is about doing, not just talking. It's about tangible action. It's about making items that comfort those in need, raise awareness about important issues, or directly support a cause you believe in. It's activism with a heart, infused with empathy and genuine care. It's less about confrontation and aggressive tactics, and more about fostering connection and demonstrating care through thoughtful creation. A handmade blanket, lovingly stitched together, or a mended shirt, carefully repaired, says, "You matter, you are seen, you are valued." This gentle and personal approach can open doors and touch hearts in profound ways. It can reach people and resonate with them in ways that loud protests and aggressive demonstrations simply can't. By stitching your values, your beliefs, and your hopes directly into your community, you fill real, tangible needs with your own two hands, offering comfort, support, and a sense of belonging. Every small act of craftivism, every stitch of kindness, weaves threads of hope and positive change into the ever-expanding fabric of our world, creating a more compassionate and connected global community. Across the world, people are using needle and thread to make a real difference. Volunteers sew Days for Girls kits, reusable pads that help girls stay in school. Project Linus creates handmade blankets for children in crisis, offering warmth and comfort. Sewing activists upcycle old clothes into new items, raising funds and reducing waste. From tiny hats for premature babies to port pillows for cancer patients, sewers respond to community needs with creativity and care. Each project, big or small, shows the power of a skill passed down through generations. It's about seeing a need and deciding to help stitch things back together. Sewing brings warmth, dignity, and hope, one stitch at a time. Sewing is incredibly versatile. It can support almost any cause. For the environment, sew reusable bags or unpaper towels to cut waste. Animal shelters need soft bedding and adopt me bandanas for pets. During crises, sewing groups make pouches for orphaned wildlife. You can sew fidget blankets for dementia patients or adaptive clothing for people with disabilities. Even simple library bags for local schools can make a difference. The beauty of sewing is its flexibility. See a need, create a solution. Your skills can have a direct personal impact right where you live. Getting started is simple. Start small and pick a project that matters to you. Learning basic mending skills can extend the life of clothing for those who can't afford replacements. Offer a free mending circle at a community center or shelter. If you prefer making new items, sew fleece hats, scarves, or mittens for the homeless. Drawstring bags are always in demand at shelters and can be made from donated fabric. Choose durable, washable materials and practical designs. Always wash fabric before sewing to prevent shrinkage. Call local hospitals, shelters, or aid groups to ask what they need most. By asking directly, you ensure your efforts are truly helpful. Your time and skills can make a real difference in your community. Sewing for change means thinking about the materials we use. The most sustainable option is often upcycling, transforming old linens or clothes into something new. Before buying fabric, check your cupboards or ask friends for unwanted textiles. When you do buy new, look for organic cotton, linen, or fair trade options. Salvage zips and buttons from old garments. Every bit helps. Sewing with a conscience ensures our kindness doesn't cause harm elsewhere. We create a full circle of care, from fabric choice to finished item. Every stitch can reflect our values for people and the planet. Sewing alone is peaceful, but together it's powerful. Community sewing projects unite people for a common cause. Friendships form, skills are shared, and a group can achieve far more than one person alone. Sewing circles become community hubs, combating loneliness and offering support. Differences fade as everyone focuses on helping others. These groups foster empathy, understanding, and a sense of belonging. Their impact ripples outward, raising awareness and inspiring more people to join. Projects like hospice quilts or reusable pads spark important conversations. Community action creates a safety net of care for everyone. By pooling our skills and time, we build a stronger, more compassionate society. Together, we stitch a fabric of support that holds us all. Across the country, in villages, towns, and cities alike, a quiet revolution is taking place. It's a movement powered by creativity, compassion, and the simple act of sewing. Small sewing initiatives, often started by just a handful of people, are quietly making a big impact on the lives of those around them. These aren't just hobbies, they're acts of community building. Take, for example, Margaret's Warm Hearts group in Yorkshire. It started with a simple idea: 3 people sewing blankets to provide warmth and comfort for a local homeless shelter during the harsh winter months. But the need was greater than they imagined, and the group quickly grew, blossoming into a vital service for the community. They began supplying warm, hand-knitted hats, cozy scarves, and even established a free mending corner, offering clothing repairs and alterations for those in need within the community. Meanwhile, in Bristol, a group of resourceful parents came together and formed Little Threads. Their mission? To creatively upcycle outgrown baby clothes into adorable and practical bibs and warm, comforting sleeping bags for infants. These beautiful handmade items are then sold to raise vital funds, directly supporting families facing hardship in their local area. These inspiring stories demonstrate that you don't need a grand, elaborate plan to make a difference. Just a genuine willingness to lend a hand, share your skills, and warmly invite others to join in the effort. Ultimately, success isn't solely measured by the sheer number of items produced, but rather by the strong, supportive community that is lovingly built in the process. These groups become a powerful source of pride, fostering a sense of belonging and shared accomplishment. They strengthen local connections and create a network of neighbors helping neighbors, enriching the very fabric of their towns. With just a few scraps of fabric, a needle and thread, and a whole lot of heart, you can truly stitch up a better community, one stitch at a time, creating something beautiful and lasting together. Local kindness, multiplied through shared skills and dedication, has the power to transform lives and build stronger, more connected communities for all. Maybe these stories have inspired you to dust off your sewing machine or dig out those fabric scraps. Every big movement starts with one person deciding to act. Your contribution, no matter how small, creates ripples of change. Look around your neighborhood. What needs do you see? Don't be afraid to start something new, even if it's just you and a friend sewing for a local cause. This is about more than sewing. It's about empowerment and social justice. Each stitch is a statement of care for people and the planet. Join a group or start one. Let your sewing be a rhythm of hope. You have the power to mend, connect, and build community, one stitch at a time.